So hello everyone and welcome to some more Final Fantasy X. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty bored these past couple of days. I've actually been quite unable to record because I've just been busy with some tests I've been having for my summer courses. Therefore, I haven't had time to sit down really since the last session, which was, I believe, 5 days ago. It was on Friday, I think I played it. And by it I mean Final Fantasy X. So I've basically been doing nothing but grinding in that time because I've just been bored out of my mind, and since I basically finished Bravely Default, I don't really have an RPG to play. And ultimately that led to me doing some ridiculously stupid stuff with the various characters I have. Now, for the most part, I actually didn't do anything with people besides Auron, Kimahri, and Riku. I did a little bit of stuff for Yuna. I basically almost didn't use anything with Titus, and Waka and Lulu have basically been completely untouched. And at this point, some of the cool stuff, basically I focused largely on Riku. I gave Riku a lot of cool stuff, like she already had Hastega. I've been having her run through Lulu's tree, and I taught her Death. So that way she could, that was the original strategy as I was working my way up the mountain, but at this point now I don't even need to use it anymore. Kimahri, actually, I ended up using because he has Stone Breath now, which for when you're running through normal enemies is actually pretty helpful to have, just because of the fact that it insta-kills them and makes the battle really quick. And I've been running him into Orange Tree, so now he knows a decent amount of stuff. Yuna is actually one of the more interesting people that I'm trying to work with, because she's getting close to getting Holy, which will basically be like her most offensive ability so far, which is why I kind of want to try and level up Yuna, because basically it's hard to level her up because she doesn't have any abilities that are offensive in nature. All of her abilities are support abilities, so she did learn Curaga. I think last when I showed her off, she was like somewhere over here. No, she knew Dispel, so she was probably like over here. I haven't used her too much compared to the other characters. Riku, as you can see, I've been running through Lulu's tree. Fairly cut and dry. Actually, I need to remember to teach her bio so I don't mess up and forget it. Now, after that, I'm thinking I might run her, because, see, I want to get her over to Flare. I want to get her over to Flare so she can learn Flare, and I kind of want to get her into Waka's tree so she can learn Drain, and I don't know where Osmos is. Where is Osmos? I actually don't know where Osmos is. Help if I zoomed in. I have no clue where it is. But I want to teach her and Lulu Osmos because it'll be helpful for them. Does he already know it? I have no clue where Osmos is. Okay, that's very weird. I think it's somewhere in here, right? Oh, here it is. Osmos, which will steal MP for them, which will be very helpful for the both of them. And now, in retrospect, it was kind of stupid of me to spend a black magic spear on Riku, but I ended up doing it, so it's too late at this point. Now, unfortunately, that ultimately means that Titus I really didn't do much with. Just showing that off. I pretty much have not done anything with Titus. He's basically been worthless, actually. Waka, I basically did next to nothing with. I have not used him at all. Lulu, I ended up just moving down here because I want to get her to get to double cast, and I'm hoping that there's a sphere that lets other characters activate skill ability, or what is it, special or skill nodes, so that way no one else has to come down here. So I would use this on Riku so she can actually do pretty decently with magic, because despite all the stuff I've done for Riku, she still has pretty shitty stats in terms of actually dealing damage at this point. So in fact, I'll actually get into a fight right now and I'll show you. But the only character that I have not talked about, as you can see, Kimahri is running through Orange Tree. Then after this, I'll probably have him run into Waka's. Maybe. Either that or I'll run him back up. And I'll do stuff up here and basically have two Aurons, which will be pretty cool. Auron is the wild card, okay? And when I say this, I mean that in the sense that he was basically the carry from the beginning of the game. And even more so now he's a carry. So for example, you've been following the playthrough. You already know I've run him up here. I ran him around here. And then I eventually, when I stopped recording, I got around here-ish, right? I got down here to what I believe is his last ability. It's called Sentinel. I don't even know what it does. I've never even used it. Oops. And at that point, I couldn't progress him any further because, as you can see, there's a level 3 lock. And I have no level 3s. I have level 4s and level 1s and 2s, but no level 3s. So I was unable to progress Orin any further. So basically, while I was grinding, Orin was not gaining any levels whatsoever. I was not able to move him around the sphere grid at all, because that would have meant backtracking, until eventually, out of curiosity, I wanted to see how far he could move. I'd saved up like 23 total sphere level on him. He was able to move all the way up to like right around here-ish. Yeah, he was able to move into here. So then I reached around, I taught him haste, I gave him cheer. You know, I gave him all this stuff. I gave him provoke, delay attack, and now he's here. So basically, he's running into Titus's tree, and he'll get to these spots anyway, which are magic, so they're not that impressive. But anyway. And, is this a level 4? Actually, I can open this from this side now, and I can give him Entrust, which I don't even know what it does. So I'll do that for him. But yeah, he's basically like Seth from Fire Emblem and Kratos from, what was that game called? Tales of Symphonia. He's basically the powerhouse, but at the same time, he's ridiculous now. Because once I get him hasted, and by the way, he can now haste himself, which is pretty ridiculous. He's basically unstoppable. I'm not even kidding. When I was working my way up this mountain, what was he dealing? Like 2,000, 3,000 damage a hit? Let me show you now.